Hi. So far, we completed list. Now, in our roadmap, the next topic is strings. Strings will be come under the first chapter we are working on. There are several chapters available. Now, what you have to do, we have to work on the next topic, that is string, and string is our 30th session. Okay. Now, strings are very important and consider them similar to list, but a little bit different. Now, strings are what? Set of characters. Okay. Strings are set of character. It can be one character or it can be set of characters. Characters are nothing but keys on your keyboard, and you can make any type of sets using single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. Okay. So there are three types we can define a string. It can be a single quote, double quote, or triple quotes. Okay. Now let's start with single quotes. We can only represent a string using a single quote and a double quote and triple quote, obviously. But we are starting with single quotes. Okay. Single quotes are nothing. You can write anything inside it. For example, if I write Indore, okay. Now, um, if you print this, you will get Indore. And if you check the type of it, you will get Indore. Okay. So let me run this. You will get str. So now str is a class in Python, and this particular class is holding different type of functionalities revolving around string objects. Okay. So whenever you print this, this is your set of characters, and this particular type is str. Okay. Now, what we have to do, let me take another variable, and it can be a, for example, or set or single character. Okay. If you print the value of s, and if you check the type of s, it is same. Okay. Um, Single characters are also string or str in Python, and multiple characters or set of characters will be considered as string. Both are strings in Python. Okay. Now let's move forward and check some of more properties. So I'm going to use a single um, name, for example, machine. Okay. This is my simple string. Okay. Set of characters. Now, similar to list, string also uses indexes. Okay. There are indexes available in strings. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now, if you print any of them, for example, if you want to print the 0th index character, you just um, use square brackets, same as list. Okay. Lists work in the same manner. If you pass 0 here, it will print the character on the 0th index, that is capital M. If you run this, this will print capital M. Okay. If you print any of those, like string of 6, s of 6, if you run this, it will print small e. Okay. Let me print something that is not available. For example, ninth index. Is there any ninth index? No. String index out of range, just same as list index out of range. We did the similar thing in list. It will give you the same error, and strings are also giving us the index error. Okay. Now, um, can we change or can we use negative indexes? Okay. So yes, we can use negative indexes. So -1 will be the index of e. Okay. So let me pass -1 here. If you run this, you will get minus e. Okay. So there are negative indexes, there are positive indexes. Both are available here. Okay. Now, so these are some basic functionalities we can use on using strings. Now, if I pass double quotes, if I use double quotes, what does double quotes mean? It is nothing but a string. Okay. So if I use learning here, okay, learning is a word. If you check the type or print the value, it will print in the same manner. Okay. If you check the type of the string, it is same. Okay. So this is how um, double quotes work. So double quotes and single quotes are similar. But what is the basic difference between double quotes and single quotes? Both are strings, both are set of characters, both are treated as similar objects. So the difference is when you use when you want to print any of those. So if you use double quotes, um, that will not be considered part of the string. Okay, they will represent the string, but they are not part of the string. But if you want to print something in double quotes, for example, it's a simple question that you have to print hello, but double quotes also should be printed there. Okay, so let me use print, and if I let me take a variable. Okay, so now I want to print hello, but if I print this, you will see that it will print hello. But I don't want hello, I want double quotes with it. Okay, it should be printed as a quote. Okay, we can start the string with single quotes and we end the string at single quote. What this means that my starting point of the string is this and my ending point of string is this. Now this double quote is at the 0th index of my string. So if you run this, you will see double quotes here. Now, if you print the 0th index element, you will see that double quotes will be printed. So this is considered as a character. Okay, every key on a keyboard considered as a character. Okay, so this is how it works. If you print s of -1, double quotes will be printed. So if you want to differentiate between two, you can use this. Now, what's the issue with using like this? If I write it's now if you print the value of s, you will see it will print the apostrophe s. Okay, but if you start the string with single quote and end the string at single quote, what will be the output? So the interpreter will start the string at here and will end the string at here. Okay, so if you run this, will give you a syntax error. Okay, this is a syntax error because starting point is this and ending point is this. So if you want to differentiate between two, you have to use double quotes so that you can specify where the string is starting and where it is ending. Okay, like this, similar to the vice versa part. Okay, okay, that's it. This is how strings works. Now we have another question that what are empty strings? Okay, empty strings. So now empty strings are nothing but strings with without any character. So there is no character here. Okay, even I'm not using a space. Okay, if you use a space has a ASCII code that is 32. 32 is the ASCII code of space. Okay, so if you use a space, it will consider it as an element. Okay, and that will not be an empty string. So if you use a variable and assign empty string like single quotes or double quotes, you're not passing any space here. Okay, you're just passing single quotes. Now if you print the value of s and if you print the value of and check the type of s, it will be str and you will see there's empty space. Empty space is nothing but if I write abc, so everything between these characters is an empty string. Okay, between A and B is an empty string. There is no space but an empty string. We will consider this as empty string. Why we are using empty strings? Because we want all the properties of a string so that we just assign this empty string into a variable and this variable will be considered as string object. Now you can perform all the string operations on S. Correct, that's why we use an empty string, just like empty list. So whenever you create an empty list, all the properties of list object will be created or will be assigned to that variable and now you can use the all the properties. Okay, so that's why we create. Okay, so this is how it works. Let's check some of Let me show you one more thing. If you pass and check the type of a space, okay, I'm converting the space into boolean. Now boolean is nothing but true and false. Because space comes with an ASCII code of 32, it can be converted into binary. That's why there will be charge available, and boolean will consider that as true. Okay, so if you run this, it will give you true. But it is not the same case with empty strings. So if I pass empty strings does not represent any ASCII value. That's why you cannot be converted into binary. It is just the placeholder. It will consider it as placeholder. Okay, so if you run this, it will give you false. Okay, it is same as if you pass boolean of 1, it will convert into true. But if you pass boolean of 0, it will convert it as false. Okay, 0 will be false, all the other numbers are true. Okay, empty strings are false, all the other strings are true. Okay, so this is the basic reason of empty strings. Okay, so this is how empty strings works. um, so that's it. This is our string basics. These are some basic concepts, and you can perform some of the parts. Let me show you one last thing I missed, that is uh, concatenation. Okay, so now what is concatenation? Concatenation is nothing but adding two strings. So if I taking a string that is capital A, and if you add this string to BCD, okay, now if you print the value of s, you will see that ABCD, a new string will be created. Okay, okay, so this is how you work on concatenation. You just adding those strings. So let me give you one more example here. Okay, if I pass a space here, space will be considered a character. We already know this. So when you add this, you will see A space BCD will be a new string. Okay, the string's value cannot be changeable. Okay, that's why strings are um, that's why strings are immutable objects. Strings are immutable objects. What are immutable objects? That cannot be changeable. Okay, that cannot be changeable. That means when you use a string, and if you pass something like, if I pass India here, and if you want to change a word or a character inside it, just like in list, okay, so if I pass s of 3 and pass something like capital A here, so what will happen? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so third character is I. If you want to assign capital A there, it will not work. Why? It will give you an error. Okay, string object does not support item assignment. Okay, so you cannot change this string. String is available, you cannot change it, this string. You can add another string and it will generate a new string. String will be generated, but you cannot change a specific value inside it. So if you print the value of s, you will see the same exact object value. Okay, so you cannot change any object value or any part of any object. Okay, that's it. So this is how string basics works. I think I covered all of the topics. So let's move to the next topic. That's it. Thank you.